Madumema Africa. I don't know. I think some of you will have to assist me on this one, because from my point of view, the way I see things, there are certain individuals within the ANC that are sent to destroy the ANC from within. I mean, the first person that comes in mind is President Cyril Ramaphosa. Under his leadership, the ANC has decayed. There is no other better word to describe his term as a president of the ANC than to say that it's an embarrassment, a sellout regime. And also we have Fikile Mbalula, who also I think is part of those people that are making sure that the ANC dies slowly with a slow poison from within. Another one that we are overlooking is the Youth League president, Collen Malatjie, the weakest Youth League president ever. Under his term as a Youth League president, the ANC Youth League has been at its weakest. It has lost. SASCO has been losing elections in colleges and varsities, the left and right. They are no longer part of the people that we take serious. He has no signature moves, no memorable event we can remember him. And there is nothing that Collen Malatjie is doing that can show that this person is truly a leader that cares about the future of his party and of the youth that he's leading. What an embarrassment of a youth leader. I want to talk about him actually in this video and all of these things you've been saying in the particular interview he had. Collen Malatjie.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Says So. I'm your host, King 053, Mr. Easy Imali Enengi, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, I want to address Collen Malatjie. It's not that I'm worried about the ANC. I'm just worried about the quality and the standard of leaders in the ANC and their reasoning capacity. You know, when a leader talks and you think, hey man, did this person think before they talk, man? What they are doing, they are planting a seed that they will not stand for those fruits when they start growing from that tree. It's like a wise man once said, common sense is not common. And it takes a person with common sense to understand what they commonly know and commonly accept is not common to other people, if you know what I'm trying to say. So Collen Malatjie has got no political common sense whatsoever. And for you guys to try and hail him as a good leader in the ANC, he's doing well, we are behind Collen Malatjie. His reasoning capacity is embarrassing. You know, the ANC currently is at its weakest form ever since the formation of the ANC, 100 and whatever years the ANC is now. It's at its weakest point. So what you need to do now is regroup with the alliance partners, regroup with parties that think alike the ANC, regroup to gain power back. Put your pride and your egos aside and regroup. Listen to what the people are saying. But the ANC Youth League is advising the Communist Party, which is their biggest alliance, to say, listen, you guys, you can contest the elections alone. Instead of trying to regroup and make up with the Communist Party, you are telling them to contest elections alone. What do you think is going to be the fruits of that?
I want to talk a little bit about some of the utterances lately of the ANC Youth League, particularly with some of the challenges that are being faced by the mother body. Is there a souring relationship between the ANC and its alliance partners, particularly where the youth wings are concerned? I mean, have you, as the ANC Youth League, asked the SACP to contest elections on their own and sever ties with the mother body? And what is the purpose of making that call?
Look, the SACP and the ANC have agreed that the ANC must advance the program of the total liberation of our people, and they will support working hand in hand with the ANC moving forward. We are faced with a setback at this point, which has the setback that has affected our revolution in our program moving forward, because now we have to work with, we have to go around kissing frogs for us to move forward. But ANC is formed for South Africans. Now, we've always put South African first. Whenever there's such challenges, we can't put the ANC first. Sometimes we put South African first. And South Africans have given us 40%, but also they've also later expected the ANC to put the country together, because can you imagine if there's instability in this country, especially in these problems we're faced with of the slow economic growth, the high level of unemployment. Now, the ANC had to provide leadership. Now, where it was unfortunate for the GS of the party to call the ANC sellouts, especially if he was part of those engagements. But I think it's we've had our own engagement with the Young Communist League, because we have a good relationship with them. And we've also encouraged both the ANC and the party to meet and engage. But the party is a political party also. It has contested elections before. And maybe we've raised a new debate to say that maybe if the party contests elections on their own, it might work with us moving forward. That's a better option, because we agree on the same program of the National Democratic Revolution. Now, we might not have to go around kissing frogs everywhere, and that's the argument that we're pushing forward as the Youth League. But I don't think the relationship has fully faced big challenges. Not for the first time, the party and the ANC differ on approaches of how to move the country forward. And I believe that the African National Congress will be able to resolve the matter.
Yeah.
Listen, if I was in the ANC, I would advise the ANC, let's listen to our alliance partners. Let's listen to COSATU. Let's listen to the Communist Party. Let's listen to all our alliance partners so that we can strengthen the ANC one more time. At least in the hopes of improving. Because if you are at 40%, which is a lie anyway, you know we believe that elections were rigged. But they put you guys at 40%. You only need to improve 10, 11% for you to regain power. And if you want to gain 10, 11%, you don't want to be in a situation where you lose your alliance. I mean, is that not common sense, Collen Malatjie? You can't tell the Communist Party to, you can't even suggest that they must contest the elections alone. If the Communist Party contests the elections alone and they get something like 3%, 2%, what do you think is going to happen? Those 2% is going to come from the ANC. It's going to come from the ANC because the people that are voting Communist Party are the people that are voting ANC. The people that are voting MK are the people that voted ANC in the past. So why would you want to lose more people? It doesn't make sense to me. They don't want to build these people. They want to break because they have this ego that does not want to go away to say they are not going to be told by their alliance. They are so proud. Just imagine being so proud to say, no, we with the Communist Party, we've been always having differences in the past. It's not supposed to be like that. The Communist Party is having differences with the ANC because the ANC does not want to implement what they wrote in the Freedom Charter. The ANC does not want to follow its own conference resolutions. It's the ANC that does not want to do ANC work, and that is the reason why the ANC has found themselves where they are today. The ANC has sold out. Now you want to say the Communist Party must contest alone? Are you normal in your head, Collen? And he said, no, the Communist Party must stop criticizing the ANC. That is one of the reasons why he feels that they must contest alone. This is the reasoning of Collen Malatjie. Weaken the ANC even further into the next elections. Weaken them. Tell the alliance partners to contest alone. And you think that the Communist Party will not work with the EFF? You don't think they will join hands with the MK? What do you think is going to happen? You think they will give you, the alliance partner that does not listen to them for so many years, their percentage? Collen, man, use your brain, man, Collen, man.
I believe that the SACP needs to stop criticizing the ANC. So are you saying that the SACP needs to go off on their own so that they can stop criticizing the ANC?
Yeah, the SACP has got a platform in the ANC through its secretariat to engage on issues. And they know very well. And I believe that the approach that was taken in the past weeks was informed by a lot of populism. But at this stage, we were faced with the problem of a challenge of a setback. Now, revolutionary organizations cannot fall into a trap of attacking each other at the time where we're supposed to gather support and mobilize society behind an agenda. We believe that in the next coming 5 years, we'll be able to take us out of the setback we're in. We're already happy where we are. We want to govern on our own with our own alliance people. We don't want to govern political parties that don't fully agree with us on many issues, including policy postures and direction. Now, can you imagine the position we're in now? It's a very difficult position that the voters have put us in. But we can't cry. We need to unite South Africans. We can't complain. We can't say the country must collapse because the ANC is at 40%. It's a test. We're given a second opportunity to prove to South Africans that when there's a crisis, the African National Congress will always rise and defend the people of South Africa and Africa in general.
You know, one of the arguments that have been made, obviously, by alliance partners is that the ANC simply does not give them the platform for valid and sufficient consultation. And the question then remains, how much voice is the ANC Youth League then given, for instance, right? So when the ANC Youth League speaks to the NEC, does your voice carry weight? I mean, you look at just the structure of the cabinet of the 7th administration. Do you feel that young people within the ANC are adequately represented? I mean, you look at the DA, for instance, you could argue that some of their ministers represent a younger cabinet representation much more than what the ANC does in the 7th administration.
I think we must agree that since 1994, we've got more than 17 young people below the age of 35 years who are in parliament. When I was in parliament in the last administration, we were not even more than 5 young people in parliament. That's progress, especially under the setback that we're faced with now, where we've lost many seats in parliament. We're able to influence. Now, the youth league is not a desk of the ANC. I think that must be clarified. When we sit in the NEC of the ANC, we're full NEC members of the ANC. I sit in the NWC of the ANC. I'm a full NWC member of the ANC. I'm not there representing a desk. I'm there representing young people of South Africa. And our voice ahead, no resolutions are influenced by us. If you can check, look, there are many generations mixed in cabinet. We would have wanted more, to be honest. We would have wanted more ministers who are young into cabinet. But it's a lot we're busy doing. But many generations of former leaders of the youth league have also been put there into the cabinet. But more can be done, and we're looking for more to put in, yes, so that it reflects the demographics of the country.
Okay.
The issue is that you can't tell your alliance partner to stop criticizing you. Their criticism is constructive criticism. It's fixing the ANC. But the ANC does not want to listen. That's the problem with the ANC. So we're having ourselves a situation where these people, they can't see each other. The internal talks are always breaking down. There isn't sufficient consultation between the two parties. So Lima Paila told us that, listen, we talking to the ANC. The communists, the COSATU has told us they are talking to the ANC, but the ANC does not want to listen because the ANC only listen to one party, is the Democratic Alliance. That's what the ANC is listening to that witchcraft zealot. They listen to those people and they don't want to listen to the alliance. You know, so I keep on hearing this thing that it is a difficult position that the voters has placed us in. No, the voters didn't place you anywhere. You placed yourself here. You could not handle in-house fighting with yourself and President Zuma. That's why you found yourself here. You chose Cyril over Zuma, and that's why you lost KZN. That's why you lost almost 17% of your power because you undermined Jacob Zuma. That's what you did. When the people told you this party can do damage, you looked away. The polls that were interpreting that the ANC will fall below 50%, you did not believe them. And I still maintain we also don't believe those stupid polls, because I've never ran across a poll or been asked a question or like anything. I've never seen a poll online where I had to tick yes, no, EFF, ANC. I've never met these polls. You guys will tell me if you ran across these polls and where they get their stats. I don't know. But the mother bodies definitely does not take the ANC Youth League serious. Like I said, the ANC Youth League is at its weakest. Few numbers of youth in parliament, few MECs. Like there's no growth for the Youth League. Why? Because of Collen Malatjie. There's no leadership there anymore. There's nothing anymore there. Collen Malatjie is just a puppet that goes left when Cyril says go left and goes right when Fikile Mbalula says go right. And unfortunately, we have to say it bluntly like that, because this dilly-dallying around situations, it does not help. What have you achieved, Collen Malatjie? What have you achieved, Cyril Ramaphosa? What have you achieved, Fikile Mbalula? Under your term, tell us the highlights that you say, okay, in this area we did good. We can name a lot of things that Jacob Zuma has achieved in his term. Him alone closes you guys. You go and employ under the radar at ESCOM. Almost kills our country single-handedly, that one. So for me, I don't see what is going on there. I don't see. You can't take the ANC Youth League serious when they are losing student SRC elections. You cannot take them serious. How can you give them more position for losing SRC elections? The youth must first take the Youth League serious, and then the mother body will then listen to what they are saying. Okay, now they are busy striking. They are saying they are going out in the streets to go and strike. The question that was asked is that then what is the solution? What is it that you want to see come out of this strike? Listen to the reasoning capacity of Collen. Just let a politician, a seasoned politician. This is the best of the best in the ANC. This is the best.
Let's talk about jobs then, right? What is the suggestion that the ANC Youth League puts forward as you plan this march against the high levels of unemployment in the country on how we deal with it? What's the solution that you see as the young arm of the ANC?
One is that government must fill in all vacancies. There can't be a solution about a lot of vacancies in departments and municipalities in this level of high unemployment. Secondly, we need to reindustrialize the economy, utilizing our raw materials below our soil. We can't export more than 70% of raw materials to other countries to revive their secondary and tertiary sectors, while our factories have collapsed. Many of our factories have been closed down. They've been turned into informal settlements and churches. If you go to Alexander, you'll find a lot of factories at Marlborough side that are now turned into informal settlements. You go to Chimiston, a lot of our factories are turned into churches now. We're saying that they need now to be revived to process our raw materials and from the soil to the factories, so that the industrialization program works. That will create employment and business opportunities for the youth. Secondly, certain jobs must be set aside for South Africans, which includes restaurants, hotels, hospitality sectors, and many others. South Africans was put at first priority on any other opportunities.
Yeah, well, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for speaking.
Now the question is then, what is it that you want to achieve out of this strike? What is the solution? Because when you strike, you must submit your memorandum of understanding. And it is so funny that the ANC Youth League is striking against the ANC-led government. You know, they've got absolutely no confidence in this government. They have not even waited for the 100 days are coming. I'm coming for these MECs for these 100 days. I'm coming for Dean McPherson, the MEC of Public Works. I'm coming for the MEC of Leon, the Dr. Leon of Home Affairs, the way he's opening our borders, and you guys are saying nothing. It's easier now to get a visa to South Africa. I'm coming for the MEC of Sports, Art and Culture, the colored guy who says he will change the lives of coloreds. Since he got blue lights, he's singing Cyril Ramaphosa, Ragorata Kaufela. I'm coming for them. The 100 days, what's his name, of the PAC, the MEC of Agriculture, Land and Rural Development. I'm coming for him. They said they will change our country in 100 days. We told them you will do nothing in 100 days, but they said it. So we're coming for them. We're just waiting. The 100 days is coming. We are a few weeks away from the 100 days. What is the solution? A man who knows the situation of South Africa right now says, no, government must fill all the vacant posts. I've been crying to the ANC about this. Why is there vacant posts in government departments? Why? Back then, when there was no budget cut. Right now, there's budget cut. The government cannot fill these vacant posts anymore. They can't. You know? So, it is for Collen to say, no, let's fill all the vacant posts. No, my brother, it's not going to happen. Every department right now has had a budget cut, Every department. They can't travel as much as they can. They can't reach the public as much as they should. They can't deliver services as much as they should. Everyone is suffering because of this budget cut. So saying they must fill in the post, it's a dream. It's a dream. You guys could not fill the post so that you can keep African people in those posts. Now, our Johnstons are coming and putting white matriculants wherever they can. You know, let's stop this thing of, we must stop exporting raw materials. Hey. You must stop exporting whose raw materials? It's not yours. You have not nationalized anything. So stop these things, South Africans, of saying, we must stop exporting raw materials. The raw materials that we are exporting is the jobs going overseas. It's not your raw materials. And you don't want land. And you don't want to nationalize the mines. So it's not your raw materials. You can't tell someone what to do with their, what do you call it? With their mine. What the product that comes out of their mine. It is their white monopoly capitalist land. They are mining it. They are taking from it. They are stealing from us. And they are exporting the jobs. There's nothing you can do. Because this must be dealt with at a government level. Not at a youth league level. So yeah, we're going to strike. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can stop all of this raw material getting on the trains and the trucks and being exported, from Durban depot. You can't stop them. It's not yours. There's no rule, there's no law that says these people cannot export their raw materials. If there was a law, you could stop them easily. But there's no law. You guys don't want to fight for the land. You guys don't want to fight for your minerals. So keep quiet. I'm sick and tired of this thing. Yeah, let's stop them from exporting raw materials. How are you going to stop them? How are you going to stop them? Is there, what law will you be quoting? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So it is these songs that these politicians sing because people are not able to think, to apply their mind properly. They always run, yeah, you are right. Let's stop exporting. You can't stop exporting someone's stuff. It's not your stuff. Because when we say, let's fight for our land, you don't want to. Do you understand what I'm saying to you guys? So, another thing that he says, we must set aside jobs for South Africans that must favor South Africans. Hey, you guys, jokes. What are those jobs? What does he say? Restaurants, hospitality, those are the jobs that must be set aside for South Africans. Hey, at least he said and many more. I'm sure those many more is construction and mine workers and and many more. Yeah, but South Africans must be serving people in the restaurants. The youth must be there. Why? Because our country cannot create jobs. Don't talk anything about civil engineering. Don't talk anything about the doctors that are unemployed. The teachers are unemployed. No, we must go to the hotels, man. Our South African people must be there. Why is it? It's always an attack against our African brothers. Always. You can say it without saying it now in today's Afrophobia without saying it. It's like this subtle racism that white people have on black South Africans today. They do it without saying it. Yes, South Africans, let them work. But can we aim higher? Can the universities and the colleges produce jobs that the markets need? And speak about those jobs, whether it be civil engineering, whether it be architectures or whatever it is, let those jobs be reserved for South Africans. Don't tell me about Mali zophelela phezu taxi fare. Mali restaurant, working at KFC. That's the pride that you must have. Instead of saying we must get these American companies out of our land and produce our own fried chicken. Things like that, man. Businesses. But you guys will tell me, what do you think about the suggestion of Collen Malatjie? For me, he's one of those agents that are killing the ANC from within. And we know very well what is going on. We see it. The ANC will be at its weakest. If the Communist Party, the South African Communist Party, decide to go and contest elections alone, the death of the ANC is confirmed. And that's what Abu Collen want. But they will be shocked the day the Communist Party gets, like I said, 2%, 3%, because the Communist Party is small also, gets those 2%, 3%. And then the Communist Party decide, no, we are working with the MK. We are working with the EFF. Because these guys don't want to work with white monopoly capitalists like you, the ANC. Then what? You have chased your alliance partners away and they will never come back again. Ever. So, guys, thank you so much. I would like to thank everyone that has contributed to PASETA, the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. Continue to send your donations monthly. Make no mistake. When you get your 2 rand, make sure that your 1 cent goes to PASETA. Make sure that we are building the institutions that we want to see produce change for the coming generation. We are building this school, ladies and gentlemen. The school is ready. We are even going for the online classes very soon. I told you I will be announcing those online classes in this week. Be ready for what PASETA is going to bring to you. Change. Because the politics can do this much for us. The government can do this much for us. But we as a community, if we stand up and say, no man king, we want to be the change that we are crying about. We stop complaining, stop talking too much on the comment section, stop this thing of social media pride of saying, no, I've got 1 million supporters or whatever. Let's change the lives of African children. Let's do something for the coming generation. Because I continuously tell you guys, the next generation will ask us, just like they're asking Cyril Ramaphosa, just like they are asking Collen Malatjie, they will ask us, what did you do when you were still alive? In your deathbed, you must be able to say, we built PASETA. We build a school that teaches history, that teaches technology, that teaches economics, that teaches agriculture for the children. Our children have got an Africanized curriculum system in their schools. That's what you must say. We have built the hospitals. We have built everything. PASETA legal mind. Everything that you are thinking about. Let's build it, Africans. We've got the numbers. We don't have to contribute 10,000 each. 1 million each. Just a little contribution of 50 rand, 10 rand, 15 rand, whatever. It makes a big difference. Here's the bank account number. Listen, we are left with a few weeks, maybe 6 to 7 weeks for our 3 months target. We asked for 10,000 people to each contribute that donation of 50 rand. So if you are one of those people who have not yet contributed, please make sure that you send your donation to Paseta. The bank details are here. Make sure that you choose Capitec business account. It's a business account, it's not your normal account, and make sure that you click the right branch code and send your contributions. And thank you so much, everyone in the advisory panel, everyone in the Paseta Community Hub group, everyone in the Strategic Partners group. I thank you. There's a WhatsApp number here that you can contact, and we can talk on this WhatsApp number about Paseta. I can add you also on the group where you can engage with other Pan-Africanists, people who want to see African people go forward, people who are tired of talking but now want action. Yo, I can speak the whole day in Paseta and angazi ukuthi kunjani bafethu. Thank you so much, guys. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. After you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.